Welcome to JSA TV, your home for all digital infrastructure news. I'm your host, Jamie Scotto Kataya, CEO and founder of JSA. And we are live streaming from the floor of ITW 2026. And I am here on this great day with my dear friends, longtime friends. We have CEO of NJFX, Gil Santaliz, and CRO of NJFX, Mr. Felix Seda. Guys, welcome to JSA TV again.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us, Jamie. It's always a pleasure to be on your show with all the great history we have together.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk NJFX, New Jersey Fiber Exchange. Connectivity compute obviously continues to converge. How is that changing our role with subsea infrastructure, especially in our global network ecosystem? Gil, you want to kick it off, or?
I was going to have Felix start us
Felix,
off.
go for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very exciting time in our industry, right?
Yeah.
I mean, subsea infrastructure has played a pivotal role in our industry for quite some time, and it's just becoming more and more prevalent now with the convergence of connectivity and compute. You're seeing large amounts of traffic that it has to be distributed, right, with inference AI, and us as NJFX, we're just happy to play a key part in that role, right? And it's all based on our carriers, our community of networks, doing what they do best, and we just help them achieve those goals, right? So,
Yeah. I mean, I would just add to that we're seeing a new cycle in Subsea. So back in 2001, there was a glut of new projects going on, and all of a sudden it got really quiet. There was no investment for years. All those cables that went on back in 2001, 2, 3, and 4 are now going through an end of life cycle, and now there's limited capacity for the first time on subsea cables.
Yeah.
All the chips and manufacturers, Alcatel, NEC, and Subcom, they've got 3 to 4 year waiting lists to get a subsea cable project off the ground. And we're finding ourselves in a great position owning board pipes that we bought from Subcom. And, we're working with as many as we can to figure out their time frames and how we can support them. And the fact that we actually grew out an ecosystem of terrestrial networks, it's like a welcoming party for the subsea cable when it arrives.
Yeah.
We can really provide the kind of assets they're looking for these subsea projects.
Unbelievable. And we should mention NJFX has long played a central key role outside New York City while supporting cloud backbones, transatlantic cables, enterprise connectivity, of course. Why has your location and your model really become even more important today? Felix?
that's kind of what we talked about before, right? It's connectivity, right? And how do you connect in the most efficient and direct way possible? And having that direct access to subsea cables is pivotal, right?
Yeah.
All of our network carriers, they're working with these enterprise customers and now these big NeoCloud customers, right? And that distribution of traffic, it's obviously not terminating in our site. It's going elsewhere. It's going across the pond. It's going terrestrially across the U.S. How do you do that in the most efficient way possible? NJFX, obviously, we built purpose-built infrastructure to support that over the years, and we're going to continue doing that. So.
Yeah. I remember Jamie first doing one of these interviews with you back in 2016, and it was a dream. We were going to be the guys next door to a cable landing station, and we were going to start collecting some of these network operators. And we had, originally it was Lightpath, then it was Crown Castle, then it was Lumen, then it was Zayo, then it's Verizon, then it's Comcast. We're 35 in now worth of network operators, all doing a phenomenal job providing that connectivity to those subsea cables. In the beginning, we're the guys next door. Now we actually are the cable station. The Hofru system lands in our facility, going to Norway, Denmark, and Ireland. There's another cable that we finished doing all of our pieces for that will go live next year that's not quite public. We'll let them tell the marketplace when it's available. And we're also working with another provider to land another cable at NJFX before the end of this decade. So it's an exciting time to finally see all the work and effort we put into this kind of come to fruition. And as Felix said, the NeoCloud, just the new kids on the block, we're kind of helping them figure out and navigate through this.
Well, there's a trust factor that you guys have really developed over the years. People come to your home because they know you're going to break out the fine silverware, china, serve them up, really make them feel comfortable, trust in them, build their partnerships. You create a marketplace within your facility. Yeah. And That's old school, and that's much needed today.
Absolutely.
In the world of AI, it really does still boil down to relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So for customers focused on resiliency, diversity, control, tell us about some advantages that come from interconnecting at a cable landing station site.
Yeah. So I'll kick it off, and maybe you go second this
go.
time. We've got a meet me room just like Telex invented back in the day, and we're very transparent in how it all works. So we provide clarity, transparency, and we're very clear. We show them how you connect to each other, posted pricing, so there's no surprises, and then we provide a tier 3 data center infrastructure for all of this network connectivity. That's not normal. In the past, some of these telco carrier hotels did best efforts on trying to maintain reliability. You would have carriers show up with batteries to put into their cages because they're afraid the lights would go off. And we have generators, tier 3 design, cooling, 3N on generators, 3N on cooling. We've had 10 years, no issues whatsoever. We work with all our federal agencies on security protocols and DHS. And, I think we're the cat's meow when it comes to bundling security, resilience, and transparency and connectivity. Felix does a phenomenal job traveling the globe for us, and maybe he can share about some of the travels that he's been on and relationships that he's built for us over the years.
Yeah, over the past couple of years, obviously coming to all of these shows, meeting all the carriers. For the past 2 years, I've been going to a lot of AI-focused shows, right? Meeting these NeoClouds, meeting these enterprise, what's important to them. And it's really about what Gil stated, visibility, right? Visibility into the network, truly understanding the network, how it comes to the landing station, and how it leaves the landing station, right? Historically, a lot of the enterprise customer would reach out to a few carriers and say, hey, I need to go here, right? Or I need to go there. But they wouldn't really understand how it's getting there. And now we're working with all of these customers, both on the carrier side and the enterprise side, to really fully understand how network visibility matters, right?
So matters. And I should also thank you for all your work that you've been doing in getting the next generation of leaders more educated and helping us as we pass the torch to the next generations and inspire them and let them know that our industry is the place to be at. So I appreciate you.
It's very important. I came in 10 years ago. Gil brought me in, and he just said, "Come to all these shows, be a sponge." And now we have Emily working with us, and she's doing a great job on that front too. So
I love Emily. Great.
She's solid. And she's got an intern this summer that we're training so that she can start her career into the industry, and pay it forward. Yeah. We've got an intern for engineering this summer, learning how data centers and cable landing stations interconnect and operate. So it's important for us to kind of put good back out there so it comes back to us one day.
Absolutely.
Good begets good.
Yeah.
Big believer. Guys, the team to beat, NJFX, thank you, gentlemen, for sharing your time today, your insight here on JSA TV. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in. Happy networking.